It's time to get inside the Giants huddle.
Huddle up, huddle up, huddle up.
On Giants.com.
Here we go.
And the Giants mobile
Get
app.
them in there. Let's go.
Part of the Giants Podcast Network.
Welcome to a new edition of the Giants Huddle Podcast. It's all brought to you by PSEG, energy efficiency for game time and anytime. Visit pseg.com/Giants for discounts, rebates, and home energy assessments. Early morning Wednesday, coming to you from the Mobile Convention Center at the Senior Bowl, covering the Senior Bowl. This is going to be a little bit of a different Giants Huddle podcast. Instead of a long interview, we're going to do rapid fire here. We have immediate availability with players for about an hour and a half. I'm going to grab as many of these players as I can, go to about 2 to 3 minutes with each of them, and we'll learn something about these prospects throughout the episode. So let's get started, and we'll begin with Notre Dame edge player / defensive end, Isaiah Foskey. All right, now we're here with Notre Dame defensive end, Isaiah Foskey. Isaiah, you were speaking earlier about you broke Justin Tuck's Notre Dame sack record, and you've built a relationship with him. Tell me a little bit how you got to know Justin and what your relationship with him is like.
Yeah, I met him when I went out to New York. I think it was in the spring. I went out there to New York, and I knew he was out there, so I hit him up. I was able to get his phone number, and I was just able to talk to him. And then he already knew about me trying to break his sack record, so he brought it up to me before I even brought it up to him. But we just built on a relationship from then.
What has he told you about getting ready for the NFL and trying to make that transition?
He just pretty much said just be yourself, but he gave me little tips in here and there, just saying the game's going to be a lot faster once you step onto the field, but try to be professional. But I already am a professional. Pretty much coming from Notre Dame just helped me becoming a professional that I got to be.
Now, you've had 2 double-digit sack seasons in a row. You've shown a lot on the field. This is the start of kind of the pre-draft process.
Yeah.
So what do you want to try to accomplish here and during this pre-draft process to convince teams that you can do in the NFL what you did in the college?
Pretty much just the versatility I can have rushing the quarterback. It's going against good tackles, not just average everyday tackles, but going against great tackles. I can get in and out of reps, just getting to the quarterback, just showing versatility from there.
And then finally, this event specifically, everyone's going to watch those offensive line, defensive line, one-on-ones, right? It's a huge thing. So how did you prepare, and what are you specifically trying to accomplish in those drills to show evaluators on the field?
I've been working on my pass rush pretty much every day coming into the Senior Bowl. That's one thing that everyone looks at, and run blocking too, but I know that's still an aspect of the Senior Bowl, what they want to see from me.
Best luck this week.
Thank you.
All right, now we're joined by Michigan wide receiver Ronnie Bell. Ronnie, so how'd your first day yesterday at practice and working with the coaches?
Yes, the first day went well, and just looking to build on top of that, and continue to learn from these coaches and, compete with other guys out here. But the first day went well.
Now, you have a lot of experience at a big program, obviously. How much different were the concepts and the passing game that they were teaching you to get ready for the game here than based on what you're doing back in Michigan?
The concepts themselves weren't different. It was just a different language, everything being said differently. But from a standpoint of what they were trying to accomplish was pretty almost identical. So that was not something that was crazy to look at.
What were your major goals heading into this week in terms of on-the-field stuff, what you wanted to show the NFL evaluators as they watch you practice it in the game?
Definitely just versatility and production all over the field. It's something that I want to show and continue to show throughout these practices and in the game.
What are you working on with your trainers as you kind of build up to the combine here? And, that's kind of the apex of the draft process before we get to the draft at the end of April.
Right, everything explosive, everything 40 work, and, all the little drills, the L-cone, 5-10-5, but a lot of 40 work, yes, sir.
Do you almost feel like you're almost like training for the Olympics instead of playing football at this point?
Yeah, no, it definitely almost feels like, you're not doing football necessarily, but then, the main goal is never going to be blocked, so you know what you're trying to get ready for.
What has it been like meeting with a lot of the NFL teams, and what are some of the questions and things they're trying to learn about you as they talk to you?
It's definitely been kind of like a crazy little thing, because down here we're meeting everybody so fast. They're always trying to make sure that you don't have any criminal stuff going on, so that's always a funny conversation to have. But yeah, man, it's really nice thing what Reese's has going on, and it's a really great opportunity for us because we've almost met everybody, and it's happening quick.
That is fast. Finally, Michigan, obviously a very run-heavy scheme. Is this an opportunity, you think, to show the evaluators what you can do, playing with some really good quarterbacks and throwing the ball a little bit more, where it's maybe a little bit of a different system than maybe what you played in normally?
Correct. I think, again, it just goes back to how I feel as I am a versatile receiver. No matter the style offense that I'm in, I want to show that I'll be able to produce and be able to really be doing well out there. So Yes, sir.
Ronnie, good luck this week. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, now we're joined by cornerback Riley Moss from Iowa. Riley, how'd your first day here go, trying to show the coaches what you can do out on the practice field?
It was good. It was good to get back competing. And, I've been training down in Fort Myers and lifting weights and working on your speed for the combine's fun. But, I love the game of football, and it's nice to actually finally be out here and doing that. So,
working on your speed, you're a track guy. Speed shouldn't be a problem, though, right?
No, just the fundamentals to start and all that. But in terms of running, it kind of takes care of itself. So.
I imagine you're doing a lot of combine training and stuff like that right now, trying to make sure your times when you go to Indy are as good as they can be.
Yeah, working on the pro, the L, the 40, so stuff like that. Just get dialed in for the combine.
Now, I imagine this is more fun, though, right? Because this is actually football. It's not like you're training for the Olympics. You actually get to play the sport you're trying to show these guys you're good at, right?
Yeah, you can run fast, but, if you can't play football, it doesn't really matter. So that's why the Senior Bowl is so important, is to come out here and show what you can do on the field. Yeah,
and frankly, I thought you did a great job being real sticky in your coverage on the first day. What is it like going up against some of the best receivers in the country where every rep, no matter who you're lined up against, you're playing against a top competitor?
Yeah, it's full speed, 100% every rep, and that makes you better as a defender, and it makes them better, on the offense. So it's kind of iron sharpens iron right now.
Yeah, a lot of guys have specific things they want to show evaluators out there at practice during this week. What are some of the things that you've zeroed in on that you want to show evaluators that you can do?
Yeah, man-to-man coverage, press coverage, that type of stuff. At Iowa, a lot of zone. We played a lot of zone, and in the league, obviously, it's different. It's a lot of press and stuff. So being able to put that on display this week.
I know Coach Ferentz runs a very pro style, the pro system in terms of how he runs his program. Has that made the adjustment a little bit easier going to these meetings with NFL coaches?
Yeah, it's kind of a lot of stuff that we saw at Iowa in terms of how detailed everything is, and it's all about the little things. We had special teams yesterday, and one of the drills we're doing today, actually, I learned my freshman year at Iowa. We got it from the Bears, so just that type of stuff helps with the transition.
What have the meetings been like with teams, and what are you trying to get across to them when you have these conversations?
Yeah, that I'm physical and fast enough to play corner in the league. It's been nice meeting with all the teams and, having them get to know me and me get to know them.
Riley, good stuff. Good luck this week. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, now we're joined by edge rusher, pass rusher Andre Carter out of Army. Andre, you have probably one of the more unique college experiences of anyone here. How do you think your experience at Army helps you prepare for this process and eventually the NFL?
There's a lot of stuff that you have to do at the academy that I think is really beneficial. At the time it may not seem like it really makes any sense, but, you learn that discipline and you learn how to accomplish things that are put in front of you no matter what it is. So I'm really grateful for that experience, and I'm going to use these lessons that I've learned at the academy for the rest of my life.
What have been a lot of the questions you've gotten in your meetings with scouts and stuff like that in Mobile so far, meeting with all the teams?
Just really trying to get to know me, putting like a name to the face. I've seen a lot of these guys at the practices this year, so really just trying to get to know me.
Now, you had a really productive year, double-digit sacks a couple years ago. The sack numbers are down this year. Look, sacks can be very dependent on things that are out of your control, right? So when you take a look at your production in your year, how would you evaluate your final year at Army?
We were 9-4 my junior year, and we were 6-6 my senior year. So there definitely was, it wasn't as good of a season for us, but we were able to get Navy, which is really the most important game for us. So if you win that game, you can always hang your hat on something and kind of like move to the next year for next year's team. But, I really love the way our team all year responded with each loss that we had. We, guys never gave up, never quit, and just keep building to that final game of the year.
What are things that you specifically want to show the evaluators when you're doing your one-on-ones and your pass rush drills and your team stuff when you're in practice and in the game on Saturday here in Mobile?
I came into the week and I just really want to show that, my effort and willingness to learn and get better. I really want to improve each and every day and just, run to the football and get after it.
I'm sure your combine training is in full force here. What are you working on as you start to get ready for the combine, as this kind of pre-draft process kicks off here?
Working on the specific events and then just trying to get stronger and faster and just, reach my potential of whatever that is, be the best version of myself.
Is it a little odd, almost training for almost what amounts to Olympic events rather than football to kind of get ready for the combine? Because it's almost training for two different things in a lot of ways, right?
Yes, sir. It is definitely different. Training for the Senior Bowl versus the Combine is like completely different. But that's a part of the process, and that's what evaluators use to separate guys with similar film on tape. So, it's really important, and it's something that you got to prepare for.
Well, good luck this week. Good luck the rest of the way. Thank you for your service, Andre. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Now we're joined by wide receiver, Michigan State, Jayden Reed. Jayden, how'd your first day go? It's early. You got deep. You're creating a lot of separation. I imagine you're probably pretty happy with your performance.
No question. I just took advantage of the first rep, just show my top end speed. That was kind of a question by a lot of scouts and stuff. So I just wanted to show that off. I had a really fun day just going out there competing with everybody. So it was a good day.
Now, they used you in the slot a lot in first day of practice. Is that where you're most comfortable?
I would say I like working in space for sure. I think it's a lot of what the scouts wanted to see as well. I've played inside, outside. I've played everything, but I primarily played outside in college. So I think a lot of people wanted to see, me in different positions. So.
Is that one of the things that you've been kind of working on during this draft process, trying to get comfortable in every wide receiver spot?
Honestly, yes. I've been, where I'm training at and everything. I've been running routes from the inside, from the outside. So I've been trying to work on everything, just trying to show what I can do and, be as versatile as I can be. So.
What has it been like trying to absorb an offense in like 48 hours, then having to go out there on the field and execute it?
I think they're keeping it pretty bland, which is easy. I usually pick up on stuff pretty quick, too. So it hasn't been horrible, but, just getting the formations and stuff, just knowing where to be. It all starts about knowing where to line up. So I think it's been pretty easy. They made it as easy as possible, so it's been pretty good.
I know you already mentioned showing them you have the top-end speed. Did you have any other specific goals that you wanted to show the evaluators that you could do during practice this week? Just
show me the person. Really off the field, I got film and everything on the field. Sure. I just want to show who I am, what kind of person I am, and that I'm a good kid. So that's all I really want to show. And you have to do those rapid fire meetings, right? How has it been meeting with all these teams in rapid succession and trying to allow them to get to know you in like 5-minute intervals, which I know isn't easy. Yeah, it's been like an elevator pitch or speed dating or something like that. But it's been pretty fun, though. That's what make it fun. You get to hear from different teams, have different questions asked and stuff like that. It's just really exciting, just blessing to be here. It's been a dream to even, talk to scouts and coaches. So I'm just taking advantage of the opportunity. Now, finally, what are your major goals now as you start to train for the Combine, which I know isn't really football, which I know is probably weird for you, but what are you trying to improve on and kind of get ready so you show out in Mobile to help your draft stock even more? Yeah, so I just never been coached on a 40, and I'm trying to run a 4.4, 4.3, and it's looking pretty good right now, so, yep. Well, man, best of luck. We look forward to seeing Indy, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're joined by Stanford wide receiver Elijah Higgins. Elijah, let's start there. Have teams talked to you about wide receiver, like big, like smaller tight end? Is that a conversation you've been having with personnel people when you've met them here in Mobile this week? Yeah, the consensus so far has been that kind of flex tight end role. So I'm all in for it. Yeah. How much different is that than what you did on a regular basis at Stanford? Not much, to be honest. I feel like running down the seam, obviously probably a little tighter to the line or tighter to the ball, and the tackles and whatnot at the next level. But as far as like route selection and stuff, I feel like it's going to be very similar, but the mismatches will be a little different, or the matchups will be different. Probably definitely a little more inline blocking for sure. I'm sure I'm not going to be they're not going to have me at 240 taking on defensive end solo, probably combos and working up to Sam backers or down safeties and stuff, which is guys that I've already blocked in my past. So something that I'm already comfortable doing is just getting down the steps, learning the box, learning how to read fronts and things like that, which I'm sure I can do pretty easily. Yeah. Is the physicality part of that role something that you would embrace? Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think it's kind of fits to my game more than stock blocking on the perimeter. Blocking in space is definitely something that's difficult for any receiver in the league. And I feel like with my size and my ability, like, more proximate blocks might be a little easier for me, and just being physical and outflanking the dude would be a better fit for me. Yeah, you had a lot of production in college, obviously. So what is it specifically on the field, whether it's a specific trait or skill or talent, that you're trying to show these NFL evaluators when they're on the field at practice? Yeah. Not much, to be honest. I'm just trying to play, have fun, and just do what I do and not overthink anything. So, yeah, just that exactly. What has it been like trying to digest a new offensive system in just a couple days, then having to go out on the field and execute? I can't imagine it's easy.
Yeah, I mean, they expect a lot from us, as they should. It's been pretty simple for the most part, to be honest. It's pretty comparable to what we did at Stanford. So the lingo, a lot is the same. The structure of the offense is the same. So Michael Wilson's here with me too. He's my roommate. So we've been studying together, which has been good. But we haven't had any issues with it so far at all. We don't predict to have any in the future.
Is it a fun challenge for every rep you're going up against the other best players in the country?
Oh yeah, I mean, you're in an environment where everybody's going hard every single rep, which kind of brings the best out of you, I think. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Just being out there with the guys and just embracing the opportunity and not making it bigger than what it is. Obviously taking it as serious as I can, but also having fun with it.
Now, I'm sure you're doing a ton of training, getting ready for the Combine. What are your big goals in your training, things you're trying to improve on so you're ready to go when you hit the Combine end of February, start of March?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things I want to improve. There's been a lot of questions about my acceleration in short bursts, which is understandable in change of direction, but I feel like those types of drills, 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle can definitely help me. I think more of the 3-cone would probably help me in that aspect. So yeah, I don't have any concern about what my time's going to be when I run that. And then the 40-yard dash, run fast. Yeah.
It's that simple. Elijah, good stuff, man. Good luck this week and good luck the rest of the process. We'll see you in Indy.
Thanks, boss. Take care.
All right, now we're joined by Blu Kelly, cornerback out of Stanford. Blu, tell me, what has the first day been like here, covering all these really talented wide receivers?
Yeah, I mean, it's great, man. Just be able to play football again. You know, it's been so long since I stepped on the field, and felt great to get out there, be competitive, enjoy watching everything.
Is it weird but also fun that this is going to be kind of your last non-professional football experience?
Yeah, it's surreal, man. Just thinking about it, where it's going to be the last time I suit up as a quote-unquote college player, you know, be able to reach my dream and play in the NFL. It's a great opportunity for sure.
Talk about opportunity. How did you want to take advantage of this opportunity this week in practice? What do you want to show evaluators and prove to them you can do?
Yeah, it's just, prove the doubters wrong and make those who have high expectations in me, keep them high. Just compete. Every single day it's a grind, just going out there, competing, putting my best foot forward and making sure that I'm who I am on tape.
Anything specific technique-wise, a trait that you want to make sure you show them that you have?
Yeah, I feel like press corner, being a dominant press corner is one of the biggest things in the league, and physicality. Those two things I always want to show because I feel like I'm high in that in my game and just make sure it's approved.
Is it fun going up against all the different wide receivers you're going to be going up, not only in practice, but then you got a whole nother group you're going to see on game day?
Right. Yeah, I mean, you get so many different styles of guys, right? You got your taller, your shorter, your quicker, your faster. Just having so many different guys you got to cover switches up your game and really tests you, and I really like that for sure.
Now, are you going to work on the guys you're going against, too, in your off time to make sure when you go up you're prepared so you show out the best you can?
You mean like watching film on the guys?
Yeah, a little bit.
I have already, yeah. Just watching everybody here, man. Just studying them, it's great. All great receivers for sure.
Now, obviously you're going to start training. You probably have already started training for the Combine, right? What are your goals, or what are you trying to improve and get better at? So when you hit Indy, you hit the ground running and you really put up some good times.
I mean, yeah, the 40 is huge, man. The start is everything. Being so technical, knowing everything I need to do, watching tape so much about it. Just making sure when I get to Indy, it's easy and I'm fine-tuned.
Did you have any sort of track background where you have any experience with the start or anything like that?
I did. 100 and 200 meter runner in high school and 4x1 and 4x2. Big track background. Been doing it my whole life, so yeah.
That helps, I imagine, right?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, always. Yep.
All right, Blu. Congratulations. Best luck this week. We'll see you at the Combine.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And now we're joined by Michigan center Oluwatimi. Olu, how'd your first day go here in Mobile at practice and with the coaches?
I mean, it's going okay. Definitely hold myself to a high standard, so I got to play better today.
What were some of the goals you set out for yourself in Mobile that you wanted to show talent evaluators watching you during practice?
I mean, honestly, I just wanted to put my best foot forward. I wanted to be able to play my best ball with new guys and learn a scheme, communicate a scheme, be a leader.
Now, obviously, you have a lot of experience, playing in a big program, but what has it been like as a center? I'm sure it's even tougher trying to, absorb an offense and learn protections and stuff like that over such a quick period of time and then having to, put it onto the field in team situations.
I mean, I do a great job picking up playbooks, and then we were taught every scheme just being at Michigan with our great coaching staff. So scheme is easy. It's just gelling with new offensive linemen.
Olu, what do you think the key is to being a good center? Traits, personality, leadership, I think a lot of it goes into it that people don't understand. So what do you think makes a good center?
Leadership and communication.
Is that something that is tough when maybe you're unfamiliar with some of the guys around you?
No, you just got to be yourself. If you are a leader, then it's going to come out.
I'm sure you're starting your combine training now. What are some of the things that you're working on that you want to make sure you show out well when you get to Indy in a few months?
You just want to be your best. That's all. Like how fast can you run, how high can you jump, and things of that nature.
And then off the field, you've had a chance to meet with all NFL teams this week. What have those meetings been like, and what is it like trying to kind of meet with these teams in 3 and 4 minute intervals and trying to get your point across in terms of the type of person that you are?
I mean, you just answer their questions to the best of your abilities and hope that you leave a good impression on them.
Well, we appreciate the time. Best luck this week in the rest of the way, and we'll see you in Indy.
Thank you.
Now we're joined by running back Chase Brown. Chase, I imagine the Senior Bowl for a running back is a little bit different, right? You don't have the one-on-ones like the receivers do with the O-line, defensive line. So what are the things that you kind of focused on heading here that you want to show the evaluators when you're out there at practice?
Yeah, I mean, just showing them that I'm a competitor and continue to work on my game. I mean, you learn from the bad things and continue building on the good things. But the best part about being out here, just playing with my new teammates, competing against them, and growing as a player.
And you get to work with some NFL coaches too,
Exactly,
right? So
yeah.
what has that experience been working with those guys and really trying to learn an offense in a span of 48 hours?
Right. I mean, it's a bonus being able to work with coaches that are all over the place in the NFL. I mean, the Raiders, the Commanders, the list goes on. So, definitely blessed to be in this position. A lot of fun learning from them and seeing what they have to say about your technique and certain things in tape.
Obviously, you have enough production in college to show that you're a good running back, right? So what are you trying to show these guys from a traits perspective that, yeah, I can translate what I did in college to the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, just making the most of every opportunity that I have out here, whether it's in a one-on-one or, an opportunity during a team period.
Obviously, the passing game for running backs is big in the NFL, pass pro, receiving, things like that. Has that been a big focus for you leading up to this game, and will it be in the next few months, too, to show that you can do that part of it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a focus during the season as well, being able to work on my hands and my pass protection to assure them that my game can translate to the NFL.
And then now you're going to start training for the Combine, right? I'm sure you already started.
Yeah.
What are some of your focuses going into the Combine, trying to make sure you do what you need to do in those kind of Olympic events, right, to make sure the numbers where they need to be so you can move up in the draft a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's just showing them that you're a good athlete, right? And, a lot of us can run fast and jump high, so, just being able to build on your 40 technique and your technique in all places to get the best results possible.
And I should ask, how's the speed dating been with these quick NFL meetings with all these teams kind of back to back to back?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun, to be honest. You're meeting so many new people, and all they really want to do is get to know you and know your story and see how you react to certain situations.
Chase, best of luck. Good luck this week, and we'll see you at the Combine.
Thanks. See you there.
We're joined by Julius Brents, cornerback out of Kansas State. Julius, obviously you played in a lot of high-leverage games this year. How do you think it helped playing against really good competition in big games to kind of get you prepared for this process?
Oh, definitely. Just being in those type of games, now being out here with the best of the best, it's not a moment that's pretty much too big for me. Like you said, going to get some of the best of the best, being in the Big 12 championship game, and there's a lot of good receivers in the Big 12, and then coming out here and seeing a lot of those guys as well, it just making me have that ultimate confidence and just being fully prepared.
You mentioned going against the best of the best. Every time you look across, you got a really good wide receiver, right? How much studying did you of these guys before you got here to make sure you were prepared for these individual matchups? You're smiling. You did it, huh?
Oh, a lot. It's a mental warfare, man. You got to make sure you're on top of your game, and just as much as it is important, the physical aspect, the mental part as well. So coming out here, just being fully prepared, diving into my film study, just picking up different tendencies here and there, and knowing what I'm going against, definitely a key part of the game.
Now, you're a bigger cornerback. You're long. So what traits were you hoping in these one-on-ones in practice and in the 7-on-7s, 11-on-11, that you were hoping to show talent evaluators on the practice field here in Mobile?
Just to show all the scouts and the GMs and things of that nature that I'm versatile. A lot of people just expect me just to be a big guy, real kind of lanky, but I feel like I showcase that I can move with the best of the best. The shorter, twitchy guys, I had that quickness as well. As much as me being a lengthier, longer guy, I also can move pretty good in the box of short area quickness.
I know you're a perfectionist, but from my perspective, I thought you had a pretty darn good first day of practice and coverage. What was your evaluation? You kind of got to sleep on a little bit. How'd you think you did on day one?
Yeah, it was a solid day. I'm a big critic of myself. The type of mentality I have is I don't want to get anything caught out of me. So continue to just keep improving. But yeah, solid first day, and just continue to build on from there.
corner is such a tough position. How hard is it not to get two handies in those one-on-ones? Because they had the rest of it, and they were not shy about throwing those flags yesterday either.
Not at all. Yeah, it's tough. Corners is, in my opinion, the toughest position in the game. People argue quarterback as well, but it's tough. You just got to make sure you just completely dialed in and focus every single play, because you never know when your number's going to get called. But especially one-on-ones, it's tough. The refs definitely got their hand on the flag looking to throw it on us. It is what it is. But just take that criticism, learn from it, and next rep.
What are you trying to get across to these teams when you do your informal and formal meetings with them during the week?
Just how smart I am. Obviously, the film is a film. You can turn that on and see what type of player I am, but very intentional football player, very intelligent in the film room. I'm a good guy, just a leader, somebody you want on your team.
Just based on a previous answer, I'm guessing you're going to do a lot of three-cone work over the next few months getting ready for the Combine?
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. Trust me. We going to have all that down pack, and we going to continue to showcase that I can do it all.
Julius, good stuff. Best of luck this week, and we'll see you in Indy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, now we're joined by Iowa State wide receiver Xavier Hutchinson. Xavier, what were your big goals heading into Mobile this week? What did you want to show town evaluators?
Yeah, just show them what they saw on film, that I can go against the best. I can just naturally, I can just do what I do. I can get open. I can create separation. And, I'm a good route runner. And, I'm a fast learner.
Yeah, and it seemed like yesterday you were using that route runner to create separation. How did you feel like you did on your first day in one-on-ones?
I felt like it was probably, knocking off the rust a little bit. I haven't played since probably like late November. So, I haven't really been in a game flow yet. And, that practice feels like a game out there. So, just want to get comfortable. I feel like I'll be a little bit more comfortable today. But, I felt like, overall it went pretty well.
And how much is it getting timing with your quarterbacks too, right? Because they kind of have to anticipate your movement so things are coming out on time.
Yeah, I think that's very important. That'll naturally build up as, we keep on running routes with them, and we just keep getting live action with them.
As you go through your training now, preparation for the draft, what are you trying to work on so when you hit the Combine and, you do these interviews, Senior Bowl, that you're trying to improve and really prove to evaluators that you're good at?
Yes, sir. I think it would most definitely have to probably be my 40 time that I think is probably a big question mark on me. I feel like in interviews, I feel like I'm doing fairly well. I feel like I'm an intelligent guy, bright guy, so I'm not too worried about that part.
Are you already getting tired of practicing your start on the 40-yard dash to get out the blocks quick?
No, I can't get tired on it. I can't get tired on it. I got to make it perfect.
Is it weird, though, where now as you get ready for the Combine and you're trying to get a good 40 time, it's almost more like training for an Olympic event than it is really training for football?
Yeah, that's basically true. It's not really football, but, it's something that you have to do. So, I just put my head down and just keep on working on it.
Has anything surprised you? What have been the focus of some of the questions a lot of these teams have had for you when you've talked to them in the interviews?
Really just, which one do I prefer, outside or inside? I think I prefer both. I know that's not really a clean answer. But, I'll do whatever the team, asks me to do. And I've kind of stated that quite a few times to, teams, just, hoping, whatever they need me to do, I'll do.
Which one matches your skill set better, you think?
I don't know. I'd be a bigger slot. So maybe, slot. But I feel like on the outside, I feel like I'd be perfectly fine on the outside as well because I'm a little bit of a bigger body.
Xavier, good stuff, man. Best of luck this week, and we'll see you in Indy.
Thank you so much.
We're joined by SMU wide receiver Rashee Rice. And what are your goals this week? What do you want to show evaluators when they watch you in one-on-ones on the practice field in terms of traits and what you can do?
That I'm an explosive receiver. I'm great at being smart as far as being quarterback friendly to the ball. And, there's not necessarily any corner that's, too good, too long, too tall, or anything that's going to be able to make me have to change the way I play my game.
When you talk about being quarterback friendly and being smart, you have to learn an offense here in basically 2 days.
Yeah.
What has it been like?
It's been just like homework. That's what I love to do. It's my job now, so it's nothing I can complain about. I love doing the squad. I love learning new things, and learning new offense is just a part of the game.
I know you guys don't like to look back, you like to look forward, but we do 1 day of practice in the books. How would you evaluate how you did in those opportunities on your first day?
I think I did really well. I just got out here and did what I had to do. I finally got to compete against people in different conferences, people in different, SEC, Big 12, Big 10, and just to show them, American Conference, there's the same amount of talent as there is in any other conference.
And correct me if you think I'm off base here, I thought you were getting a ton of separation over the course of the practice. And how much is it now to finish that, getting chemistry with these quarterbacks who you really haven't caught passes from before, so they kind of know your speed, know your body movement, so you guys can turn that separation into big plays?
I mean that's very important, to always be on the same track as your quarterback. Right now, we're all just out here constantly learning, and if the ball's in the air, it's in my radius, I just got to go get it and make plays.
How would you describe your style as a wide receiver? Because I feel like with your build and your ability, you can play the position in a lot of different ways.
I can play the outside. I can play the slot. I'm strong. I'm aggressive. I have the perfect speed to get past a person and also, not be out of control at the top of my route to shut it down or make any set of movements I have to make.
So this is kind of your last impression you're going to make actually playing football for NFL evaluators, but then you have the Combine, right? So I'm sure you started training for that already. What are your big goals in terms of getting ready for the Combine, for the things you want to show when you get out to Indy?
I'm going to jump an incredible vert, incredible broad jump, just show that I have strong hands as far as, running routes and doing the gauntlet. And obviously, I'm going to shock the world when I run my 40.
Look forward to seeing it, Rashee. Appreciate the time, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, now we're joined by tight end Luke Musgrave. Obviously, Luke, you had to deal with some injuries this year. You managed to come back and play in this event. How was that road back and trying to get ready to make sure you could show the NFL scouts your best version of yourself here in Mobile?
Yeah, it's good. I'm definitely trying to show them the best version. I can't promise that it is. It's been since September 10th that I've played football, so like I said, there's only one way to get into football shape, and that's by going out there and playing it. And this is definitely a stage where it's a hard practice. So I was winded yesterday, but the body's feeling it. But I'm going to go out there and give it 100% effort today and tomorrow.
You feel like
Saturday.
You feel like you're still knocking the rust off a little bit?
Yeah, I'm knocking the rust off. Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm not going to make excuses. Football's football, and I've been playing it for a while, so I should be able to get back out there.
Do you really see this as a big opportunity, given they didn't get to see you play football a ton this year, to get one more evaluation playing actual football before they make their decisions on where they're going to put you on their draft boards?
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. And again, I miss football. I mean, this is the longest I've gone without playing football since probably high school or something like that. So I've been itching to get back out there. It's been hard to watch people play football and me just standing on the sideline. So that's really what it is. I'm excited just to have fun and go back out there and let it rip.
Now, you're on the West Coast. Giant fans maybe didn't watch a ton of Pac-12. Tell Giant fans what your game is about as a tight end.
Yeah, I'm trying to be an every down tight end, a bigger guy, but I think my speed is my biggest asset. But I want to be able to go out there, be a deep threat, catch balls, but then stay in for those run plays that they need me.
Besides showing teams that you're healthy and you're ready to go, what were some of the specific traits you maybe wanted to display in practice this week so NFL scouts could see it on the field?
I think my speed. I think that's probably one of my biggest assets, speed and route running ability. So that's really what I wanted to go out and display.
And now as you embark on your training for the Combine, which comes quick, it's only a few weeks away now, what is going to be your focus to make sure you're ready to go for that?
I'm basically already 100% from rehab for my knee, but just kind of building back strength from my hamstrings. That's kind of what took the biggest hit because that's the hardest to train. So kind of building back my speed. I'd like to get back to close to 100% as I can before the Combine hits. So that's the biggest one.
And finally, this is a hell of a tight end class. There's some really good tight ends. I'm sure you talked to the guys. Just what do you think of this overall group that's hitting the draft this year, including yourself, obviously?
Great guys. Great players and great guys. I'm down training with Dalton Kincaid. Me and him have formed a great friendship. So it's been really fun. Me and him are good buddies now. We push each other. We kind of watch film together. We watch each other's film. So it's been great training with him. He's a great guy.
Best luck the rest of the week, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're joined by Georgia defensive back Christopher Smith. Chris, what are your big goals this week? What are you hoping to show town evaluators in those one-on-ones in practice?
Yeah, I'm hoping to show that I'm ready for the NFL. And, just with this level of competition here, I think it would be a great opportunity for me to show that. And like I said, my knowledge for the game and how personable I could be.
DBs and safeties, they come in different shapes and sizes. They're asked to do very different things. What role do you think you're most comfortable and best at?
Like I said, a lot of teams are very interested in my versatility. So, I think I could be all over the field no matter what, making a bunch of plays for NFL teams. And I think that's my best value that I bring.
Watching you on day one, it looked like you were relishing those chances to cover those tight ends one-on-one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I pride myself on, like you said, that competition. And when you're able to just go out there and lock up like that, man, it's definitely special.
What has it been like working with these NFL coaching staffs the last couple days?
It's been great, man. Just, like I said, building those personal connections, getting a feel for how the NFL will be once I finally get there. It's definitely been great.
I imagine your college program and how it run has probably prepared you pretty well for this, right?
Yeah, prepared me really, really well. Like you said, practice was pretty much similar to what we did yesterday, probably a little less toned down. But like you said, this is nothing I haven't seen or I'm not prepared for at all.
And finally, how have these rapid-fire meetings gone with teams? I know it's kind of like speed dating. Have you been able to kind of get your point across in a short amount of time?
Definitely. I've been having great meetings with the teams. And like I said, building those connections, man, it starts here. It's just only going to continue to grow throughout the draft process.
Hey, good luck rest of the week, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you.
All right, now we're going to join Kenny McIntosh, who's kind of addressing a group of reporters here. I want to make sure I get him. Can't get him one-on-one, so we'll just join the group and listen in.
Did NIL kind of help you get a head start on, or at least kind of learning some business stuff and things like that to prepare you for the future?
Yeah, definitely. I got my LLC. I didn't even know what the LLC was and stuff like that.
You got LLC now?
I got LLC, stuff like that. Like taxes. I'm starting to pay taxes again too. I ain't never paid taxes. That's my mom and them did that. So for me, able to learn little things like that. I got a financial advisor teaching me money, about how to save money and stuff like that. So it definitely helped me out a lot. So when I get to the NFL, to be able to wise with my money and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
you're like a year ahead of the curve from what guys probably a generation before.
Because I got older brothers that went through this already. Unfortunately, they wasn't able to get the NIL like I was. So but they've been through it. They in it now, right now. So I have another ear, bug in my ear to listen to. That's a blessing as well too. But yeah.
How has NIL changed the game in college sports?
Definitely changed the game. Guys not able to work. You got family back home you want to be able to take care of sometimes. And you're not able, you focus on your dream, you get lost about what's going on back home or whatever. So NIL definitely give us an opportunity to, guys ain't able to work. You got school, you got football, daily sleep. We don't got time to work. So NIL definitely help us put money, a little monkey in now. Definitely, yeah. And then focus on us. It allows us to just focus on what we need to focus on. People come from different backgrounds and stuff like that. So we don't know what's going on back home. Man.
Do you think guys are going to stay in school longer now because of NIL, because they can afford not to rush their way into the league?
I believe that's look at it like that too. People not going to be able to want to rush probably. They get out of any university. I think NIL is really a blessing, man. So
that's Kenny McIntosh. All right, a lot of interviews, a lot of fun talking to these guys, getting to know them a little bit. I hope you did as well and learned something about some of these guys as we prepare for the draft process. Thanks for joining us on the Giants Huddle podcast. We'll have more coming from Mobile. Another analyst will be joining us a bit later in the week. Of course, check out draft season. That episode should be dropping on Thursday. The Giants Huddle podcast is brought to you by PSEG, energy efficiency for game time and anytime. Visit PSEG.com/Giants for discounts, rebates, and home energy assessments. We'll see you next time.